Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to your second semester. So, in this semester, we are going to learn many more interesting and beautiful lessons and poems as well. Okay. So, in your today's class, you are going to learn about a very beautiful lesson, gifts of nature. The gifts of nature. Okay. So, I took this lesson now. We begin our this academic year. Let us begin with this lesson because it is somewhat interesting as well as thoughtful also. You have a lesson to learn from this lesson, the gifts of nature. Okay, so let us begin with this lesson, the gifts of nature. Okay, here pre-reading task is there. It is in page number 88. The page numbers may vary in your reader book. Just check for it. Okay. Here, the gifts of nature, page number 88, pre-reading task. Let us study first. Here, they had given the first question. Man cannot live without the gifts nature has given him. What do you say? This is the right question they asked for you? Man cannot live without the gifts nature has given him, right? Yes, we cannot live without the gifts of nature. We cannot live without air, which is necessary for us to breathe, to live, and water, which is very important for our survival, and air, water, or the many beautiful gifts like, can you say, nature, mountains, or the streams, the seas, or the rivers, or birds or animals. There are many number of gifts nature has given us, without which man cannot live, he cannot survive. Name 3 gifts nature has given us. Okay, air I said, water I said, there are many number of gifts like sparkling streams, the most beautiful rivers and seas, most beautiful birds or animals around us. These are all the gifts of nature. Why does water get polluted? Why does air get polluted? Pollution is the biggest problem in front of us, because of which our nature, our beautiful earth gets polluted, right? So here, how does water get polluted? I know you already know the answer for this question. There are many reasons because of which the water get polluted. The water is the most important thing that it is necessary for us for our survival. Okay, we have to preserve it, or we have to maintain its purity. We should not pollute it, but because of some harmful chemicals left by the factories or the polluted water they leave, or if we wash our clothes or some wash their pet animals there in the water, or vessels, if we wash in the water, it gets polluted. So we have to safeguard our water resources because those water resources are the part of our life or human's life. Why does air get polluted? Many because the factories or the vehicles emits harmful gas or chemicals to the environment. Because of that, the air gets polluted. Why is soil losing its fertility? Why it is losing its fertility? Nowadays, what the farmers are doing, they wanted to grow or earn more produce of crops, so that's why they are using harmful chemical fertilizers to the land, and slowly and gradually, year after year, because of using those harmful or chemical fertilizers to their cultivating land, the soil automatically starts to lose its fertility. Okay, why does man destroy forests? There are many reasons. Man or humans are destroying the forest. They are cutting trees for to fulfill their selfish needs most of the times, and there are so many uses of trees. So for that also we are destroying the forest. We are cutting the trees, right? What happens if man becomes too greedy and selfish? We underwent so many punishment also, we can say. The nature had given us so many punishment through floods or heavy rainfall. Because of that, that causes flood. There are so many things the nature written us that like tsunami also we can say. So here, what happens if man becomes too greedy and selfish? We will not get proper air to breathe. We will not get pure or fresh air to breathe. Because of that, we will get so many diseases. Okay, so because of the greediness or selfishness of humans who have to suffer at the end, humans. Okay, so whose duty it is to preserve our forest or preserve the nature, preserve our environment as a whole. It is our duty, because if we destroy it, it results or ends with our own destruction. We have to sacrifice, or we have to our life will be ended because of this. Okay, so that's why this lesson, as I told you, very interesting lesson, as well as a lesson is there in this lesson to learn about for every one of us. Okay, so now let us move on and read and understand the value of this nature, or what are the gifts of nature, why it is important to preserve the forest or trees, what are the uses of it, what happened to the environment already. So everything we are going to learn through this lesson, and what are the steps we have to take to preserve. Okay, students and teachers, or your parents, each and everyone, because preserving the forest and protecting our environment is the duty and responsibility of each and every human being, because we are living on this beautiful earth. We are using the free gifts given to us by nature. So what we have to give back to it, we have to preserve it, we have to safeguard it in many number of ways. So let us move on and study in detail. Paragraph number 1. We all know that God has given us the most beautiful gift, the gifts of nature. We have the long range of mountains, the wide oceans, birds and insects. We have colorful flowers, fruits, the earth we live on, and even the air we breathe. These gifts of nature are ours to admire, use and preserve. It is our moral duty to look after the things God has given us. We must learn to take care of the gifts of nature so that these are not destroyed or harmed. We must not use the gifts of nature for our selfish ends, but instead work to preserve them. Here in paragraph number 1, we all know that God has given us the most beautiful gift. What is that gift that God has given us? The gift of nature. Nature itself is the gift to us, given to us by the God. We have the long range of mountains. What are the gifts of nature? Here we can count the long range of mountains, the wide beautiful oceans, the sparkling streams, okay, and the dense means here thick, dense forest or thick forest. The animals, varieties of animals we can see, right? Even varieties of birds, colorful birds, insects, colorful beautiful butterflies, or many number of different varieties of insects also we can see. And even the air we breathe. The air we breathe is also one of the most valuable, important gifts given to us. Okay, and these gifts of nature are ours to admire, use and preserve. These gifts, what we have to do with it? To admire, we should understand the value of these gifts. We have to use it. Definitely we are using, but we are not preserving, right? So we have to preserve it. Air is, we are breathing it, right? It is for free. Are we thinking that if the air gets polluted, what will happen with us? No. So all these things we have to think, and we should try to preserve it, and as well as water also. Okay. It is our moral duty to look after the things God has given us. What is our moral duty here? Our moral duty is to look after the things. Look after means here to safeguard or preserve all these gifts which God has given to us. Our earth itself is also one of the gift given to us by God. So what is our moral duty now? Can you tell me? What is our moral duty? It is the moral duty of every one of us to use it but preserve it. All the gifts of nature we have to use, we can use, we are using, but what we have to do? We have to preserve it as well. Okay. We must learn to take care of the gifts of nature so that these are not destroyed or harmed. We should take care of it. We should not cut trees. We should not pollute the water sources. Okay. We should not pollute as much as possible. We should not pollute the air. We should not cut the trees, especially if we cut the trees, we have to plant a sapling in its place so that it will grow and give us oxygen to breathe, give us fresh air to breathe. That is our moral duty. So we have to take care of it. It should not be destroyed or should not be harmed, children. Okay. We must not use the gifts of nature for our selfish ends, but instead work to preserve them. Many number of people, they cut trees for their selfish needs to fulfill, to earn more and more money. They catch or they kill some of the animals. They catch the birds to sell it for the high price to some of the countries. They are killing the elephants, they are killing the lions, they are killing the tigers for many number of reasons, to make money, to fulfill their selfish needs. Okay, so but we should not be selfish because all these selfishness will end in disaster always. Okay, so that's why it is our moral duty to safeguard our nature, to preserve our nature as much as possible, not to pollute our nature, especially the air and water. Okay, so because those are the most important part of our life. For our survival, we need the air and pure air, especially pure air, we can say pure air and pure water. We need it for our survival, without which the survival of humans not at all possible. So what we have to do it if we want to survive? We should depend on it, right? So if you want to depend on it, it should be available for future also, right? So what we have to do? We have to preserve it. We have to safeguard it. You can think, I'm a student now, what can I do? This, that and all you can do by not throwing any waste materials or papers after eating a chocolate, not to throw the wrapper of the chocolate to the ground or anywhere you go. Keep it in your bag, keep it in your pocket. After going home, you can throw it to the dustbin you have at home. Instead of throwing and making this beautiful earth dirty, it is the better option. Okay. So there are so many ways we can learn here in this lesson how to safeguard the most beautiful gifts of nature. Okay. Now let us move on to paragraph number 2. You have to listen carefully. Okay. 100 years ago, there were many more animals than there are today. But over the years, hunters have killed them for sport or food in large numbers. It is feared that some species may soon become extinct. Today, these varieties of animals like tigers, lions and some rare species are on the verge of extinction. If we do not take care of these rare animals, there will soon be none left, except in pictures. We must not kill animals and birds for sport. We should also preserve the forest so that the wild animals can thrive and multiply. 100 years ago, means before 100 years, there were many more number of animals, varieties of animals than there are today. Okay, but over the years, hunters have killed them for sport or food in large numbers. So many number of the animals in our forest got extincted only because of humans. Not only because of humans, but the hunters, the poachers or pillagers, we can say, they go to the forest for the purpose of amusement. They want to enjoy. For the sake of that, they kill the animals. Okay, and some people, they kill animals for the sake of their skin, like tiger and all, or the elephants and all, for their tusk they kill animals. So because of that, what happened, slowly and gradually the number of such animals started to decrease, especially tiger. Before 4-5 years, there were only 700 something tigers in all over India, but because of the proper precaution taken by the Indian government, now the number has increased and approximately the number is 2967 present. Okay, present now. So hopefully we have taken certain good measures to preserve such types of animals. Tiger is our national animal, as we all know. So we have had taken certain measures to preserve such a rare species like tigers and lions, and also because of that they could grow and live in the forest. Okay, but the humans, because to fulfill their selfish ends, to selfish needs, and for their entertainment, simply they go to the forest and hunt or kill the animals. As a result, many number of the rare species got extincted, okay, already, and some are in a verge of extinction. Here extinct means not existing or at the verge of extinction, about to extinct. Okay, here it is feared that some species may soon become extinct. As I told you, today these varieties of animals like tigers, lions and some rare species are on the verge of extinction. Okay, the border of extinction means they are going to extinct. Okay, if we do not take care of these rare animals, there will soon be none left except in pictures. So what will happen in future? We can see all those animals only in pictures in our future. Okay, such situation may also arise if we will not take proper measures to safeguard such rare animals. Okay, we must not kill animals and birds for sport, for our entertainment, for our amusement. We should not go to the forest and hunt them or kill them. Okay, for the purpose of sport. Hunting is a sport here. Okay, we should also preserve the forest so that the wild animals can thrive and multiply. The most important thing, forest is their home, right? If we destroy the forest, where will they live? Definitely they will come to our place. Many incidences happen here and there in India. You might have read in newspapers or watched in TV news and all. These elephants or the tigers, they come to the villages, they hunt, or they hunt the cows and all, they kill the humans. Why they come? Because there is no proper place for them there in the forest to live. There are no forests left. Humans, everything, they destroyed it. Okay, so where do they live? It is their home, right? So that's why we have to preserve the forest, not only for ourselves, for the sake of animals. Like how we are having the right to live on this beautiful earth, they are also having the same right to live on this earth. So we have to give them a proper place to live. Okay, so that's the reason why we should not destroy the forest, because it is their home, and so that these wild animals can thrive. Thrive means grow or develop here. Thrive means grow or develop, and they can multiply their number in their home. Okay, so that's why all these reasons, everything is interconnected. We or our nature, the animals, all the living beings, we are interconnected here. So if one thing is destroyed, so there will not be any balance. Okay, so that's why we have to maintain this ecological balance. We have to preserve the forest, we have to preserve the rare species or animals or birds. Okay, we should not hunt them for our amusement, we should not kill them, we should not destroy forests, especially because it is their home. They have to survive, they have to live, they have to multiply their number. For that, we should not destroy the forest. We have to grow more and more trees so that they can live there happily, like how we are living here. We wanted to live happily, right? For our happiness, if we want to live happily, we should have all these gifts of nature. Okay, right? So it is our duty, being called as the most intelligent creatures, we should think ourselves what we need, what is our duty, what is our responsibility. We have to do according to that. So this lesson teaches us so many important values, or our duties, our responsibilities, what we have to do to live. It is for our betterment, it is for our living. Okay, if we think about it, if we work for it, it's better for our future. Okay, so here I am going to stop this lesson, the remaining part of the lesson. Let us learn continue in our next class. Now I am going to ask you 3 questions here. Your first question is, what are the gifts of nature? What are the gifts of nature? There are many number of gifts I mentioned. Our earth itself is a gift, a beautiful gift given to us by God. There are wide oceans, there are beautiful mountain ranges, there are streams, sparkling streams, the birds, the animals, many varieties of insects also. These are all the gifts of nature, we can say. Okay. And what is the second question? What is our moral duty? What is our moral duty? Our moral duty is to safeguard or to preserve the nature and all important aspects of the nature, including water, air, forest, or many other things. So we have to safeguard it, we have to protect it, and that is our moral duty. And your third question is, which animals are on the verge of extinction? There are many number of animals mentioned like tigers or lions, or many varieties of birds are also on the verge of extinction here, children. Okay, so up to here we learned the importance of our nature, and we also learned what is our moral duty, what are the gifts of nature, why it is important to preserve the forest, why it is important to preserve the water and air especially. So everything we learned in this class today. Okay, I hope you understood this part of the lesson well. So now what you have to do, you have to read with the correct pronunciation and pause, which is very important. These two paragraphs only you have to read. Okay, remaining will continue in our next class with the proper pronunciation and pause. You have to read these two paragraphs. Okay, children.